You are again. Well, here we are in a very short chapter three. I could have done three and four, but decided to make it because this is really where the film kicks in. Would be about halfway through three. That's just maybe 4 or 5 pages long, I think, and but it's gives you a good idea, of it gives you the same feel as the film. So I would say in something like this, if you see the film first and then see this, you're going to feel like you're in. Oh, so that's how we got here, and interesting. And so I'm calling it Lorian's dilemma. And what's she going to do? She's been abducted. She has been drugged with, heroin or whatever, fentanyl, whatever it is being injected. She is seeing that she's in a weird captivity situation that she's being held against her will, and she's been held in chains. But at the same time, she's doesn't really realize yet that she is there for Heinrich's programming. Heinrich having uh, the world-renowned best method for making Sophia dolls, like the Sophia robot. The idea implies, well, it actually causes some questions like, is she really real? Well, she's real, but she has, as you'll see in the beginning of the chapter, she doesn't really have she's having a hard time telling reality from non-reality. The same kind of feeling I think people have, literally having now. They're having a hard time telling, the political reality from the criminal reality. For example, the criminal reality is what runs the show on Earth, obviously. And the surface reality, the Disney film, the amusement park, the simulation goes on. So here we have a simulation within a simulation, and you savvy readers will pick up on things like that, and it may gnaw at you, but you're going to want chapter four right away. And the reason why you're going to want chapter four right away is because you at this point you're going to have to see how she's going to get out of it, and what the other characters are going through, particularly Heinrich and Misha, and what's their relationship all about. And if you'd seen the film, then you're going to want to dig deeper. So the book allows you to dig deeper into their psychology, which is basically the abuser and the abused, victim and abuser and victim, is basically what it comes down to. But it's complicated in the sense that Heinrich, who poses himself as some sort of god, is really not held in such high, um, respectfulness as he would like to think. And so, um, it's like a dying breed, because the powers that be, or the powers that should not be, are no longer really doing things this way. I mean, they're programming people. We see evidence of MK Ultra type roots all the time. We see mass shooters. We see Manchurian candidates. We see people committing acts of terror called terrorists, but then you find out they're just programmed. And you go, well, who programmed them? Well, it's the deep dark in the caverns of evil of America. And America runs the world, the entire world. Let's just put it this way: America runs the world Nazi Federation, if you will, the world of MK Ultra, the world of mind control, the world of nobody else has published as much, nobody else has produced as much, and now that's becoming obsolete and giving way to more of what I would call a forced acknowledgement of simulation, which Okay, so in this we have a simulation within a simulation within a simulation. Okay, so even Heinrich realizes he's caught in a simulation. You'll have to read between the lines for that one, but you will see that. Heinrich also eventually falls in love with Lorian, and this causes tremendous problems with his wife Misha, who is trying to please him, it seems, but can never do enough to please him except for sex. And that's complicated because of some things that you'll discover as you keep reading. But anyway, so 4 will be much more involved as we start getting into the drugs, techniques, some of the, especially using electricity along with trauma-based mind control and just what will raw voltage do in this situation. And voltage was very much used for disassociation and things like that. It's the kind of torture that, what they use in the shock treatments or electroconvulsive therapy. They give enough electricity to voltage to the head to get a patient to convulse, and then give up the memory of their past. And the idea there is that if a person's terminally depressed, they'll forget what made them depressed, and then they'll be set free. Of course, don't laugh. This has been psychiatric. I mean, this is our medical establishment. How dare you laugh at that? I know it sounds like something from the 1500s, but it's unfortunate that that's the world we live in today. So happy reading. I'll be back to you with 4 as soon as I can, and hopefully we just rocket through this. But then at the end of this, you'll have a very thorough entertainment for one thing, that hopefully will be, not that you need any informing. I think you already know most of this world, the conspiracy world, if you will. You already know a lot of that, but we get into some particulars you may not know. So happy reading.